Alright, here is a circle and here is a square. If I segment the circle in this fashion, I get a circle that's been sectioned into fourths. If I do the same sort of thing to the square, I get a square that's been sectioned into fourths. If I shade one region, most people would label that as 1/4. If I do the same thing with the square, most people would label it as 1/4. The problem comes in when the instructions are to add. Most people's response is they are about to say 2/4 because they're used to the representation in this region simply being 2/4 because that's what you've learned, you've memorized and expressed. But most people will kind of gasp for a second and realize that what we're showing up here somehow doesn't work out so well. And so the issue here is that a number like 1/4 or any number is really a relationship. It's a part-whole relationship. Even whole numbers are part-whole relationships. And so if I called this circle x, I have 1/4 of a quantity. And if I call this square y, I have 1/4 of that quantity. And if you know the distributive principle of algebra, you realize that you have 1/4 of x plus y. But that's procedural knowledge. Perhaps it's algorithmic knowledge. But what one can do is say, well, what would it mean to join those two pictures? So if I take the square, split the circle into 2/2 around that square, and shade in the regions that we have before, it's easy to see in this combination of x and y that you have 1/4 of x plus y.